Hello guys, welcome to the channel. It's TPM5 here, back again with another NBA video. In today's video, I'll be previewing the Phoenix Suns season, just go through some of their off-season moves, recap, how they fit in, and also give my thoughts about the chances of them, doing stuff next year. So without further ado, let's get started. Last season, Devin Booker led the way for the Phoenix Suns, averaging 25.5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He was obviously a great player, and he's continuing to build on his career. Chris Paul was a great veteran presence as well, averaging 16 points and 9 assists, and was a key part of this team's transition into winning ways. And then the last member of what you could call a big three, DeAndre Ayton, was averaging 14 points and 10.5 rebounds in around 30 minutes a night. Obviously, he took another good step, and the Suns are looking to re-sign him for the long-term future. Now, just a quick break, guys. I make NBA content 2 to 3 times a week, so I'd heavily appreciate it if you subscribe. Drop a comment as well. Don't forget to like the video. And if I have any returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continued support. And yeah, back to the video. So last season, the Phoenix Suns finished with a 51-21 record, and for a phase there, they did lead the Western Conference in terms of seeding. They finished second overall in the end, and obviously made it to the finals, losing in 6 games to the Bucks after being up 2-0. Now, a lot of people, you can make what you want out of their run in the Western Conference, but the fact of the matter is it counts, and you can only beat who's in front of you. But I think that the other teams, regaining health will hinder their ability to go back to the finals. But I'll talk more about that later. The Phoenix Suns were 5th out of 30 teams in terms of offensive rating, and also in the top 10 in terms of defensive rating. So a truly well-rounded team, and Monty Williams worked wonders for them in his first full year as coach, I believe. Now let's look at the Phoenix Suns off-season moves and see how we all feel about that. Now, Cameron Payne was obviously a key part of the team coming off the bench during the regular season and the playoffs. In Game 6, which was most noteworthy, he had 10 points in 10 minutes, however they would go on to lose that game. Many performances like that in, high amounts of points and less, amounts of minutes, very efficient games for him in the playoffs led to him signing on a bargain deal of $19 million over the next 3 years. Payne was reassuring his commitment to the Phoenix Suns on Twitter after, re-signing. So he's there for, I guess, the long haul, 3 years or so. The Phoenix Suns traded Jevon Carter in exchange for Landry Shamet. They also traded away the 29th pick in the draft, which ended up being, someone that was drafted by, the Brooklyn Nets. And getting Landry Shamet is a bit of a move for them. He obviously adds a bit of three-point shooting to their bench, a bit more of a consistent type of, option in terms of shooting on the perimeter, and can defend fairly well, which is something that this Phoenix Suns team will, be looking to add to the roster. And I think that despite his struggles in the playoffs, obviously he shot 25% in the series against Boston and Milwaukee, and played little minutes in game 7 of that closeout match that the Nets went on to lose. However, signing him or getting him on a trade is good. Phoenix also lost capable defender Torrey Craig, and also lost Langston Galloway and also Twan Moore. However, they did add Elfram Payton, who comes back to Phoenix for a second stint, and obviously JaVale McGee joined, so he can give them some good energy in 15 or so minutes a night, adding some more size to the rotation and also a bit more strength, given that Kaminsky was kind of struggling in some patches of that playoffs run. Now, just looking at some questions I have for the Phoenix Suns this upcoming season. Now, is there going to be too much hero ball for Devin Booker? Obviously, he's a key part of their offense, but sometimes I feel they ask him to do too much, and that was reflected in the playoffs due to his poor shooting percentage from the field. And he last year ended up with 5 isolation possessions per game, which was 10th most by anyone during the whole postseason. So he was asked to do quite a bit, and in some phases he was able to live up to what they wanted, and sometimes the pressure was too much for him. So it'll be interesting to see how the guys around him support him, but I still expect Devin Booker to have a great year and he's an upcoming stud. But moving on to the next question I have, which is Chris Paul. Now, obviously he's a great player, but I have two issues in this question. A, you're paying him for 4 years, 120 million, which is something you have to do. After that playoffs run, you have to do that. There's no way you let him go. But the issue with that is he's going to be making 30 million a year when he's 39, I think, or even 40, 39, 40, and that's a lot of money to commit to someone that is going to be old. And also, another issue is that has had a lot of injury issues. He's probably got one of the worst injury records, in the league in terms of timeliness. He's been injured that many times. He cost himself that first trip to the finals back with Houston with the hamstring injury. Those many injuries with the Clippers, and he almost not cost them. It's not his fault he got injured, but his team was almost, robbed of the whole playoffs run with him being injured. Luckily, he was able to fight through it in that Lakers series. So basically, is he going to be healthy? And is he going to be continuing to have the same output as he did last year? But then let's look at the rotation that the Phoenix Suns can run out with. Chris Paul will be the starting point guard, obviously. 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists on pretty good efficiency given that he's 6 foot. Devin Booker, as I've talked about a lot, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Another great piece, will lead them in many ways. Mikal Bridges is a good 3-and-D type of guy, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. I want to look for him to set more of a ability for himself to create his own shot. Jay Crowder, a great player for them as well, able to shoot and defend at an elite level, averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds last year. And DeAndre Ayton manning the middle, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and a couple blocks a night. He's good. They'll look to re-sign him as they should. The first pick of that 2018 draft. And their bench will have the likes of Elfrid Payton, Cameron Payne, Landry Shamet, Abdel Nader, Cameron Johnson, who was doing well for them in the playoffs and was able to shoot threes, giving them some spacing. Darius Saric, who is out, and they probably will need to find another forward to replace him. And then 2 centers in Frank Kaminsky and JaVale McGee. Overall, I think this Phoenix Suns team will be a good regular season team. However, I believe that they might find some struggles in the postseason if the rest of the conference can regain health. I think that a second round / Western Conference Finals appearance would be probably just for them. Now that's it for the video, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also comment what you guys think, and peace out. I'll see you in the next one.